I wanted to say something about how this pandemic is causing us, or no, I shouldn't say causing us, really inviting us to be more intensely aware of our neighbor. Okay, that might seem obvious, but let's just think about that for a second. When we first enter into any kind of crisis, the most instinctual thing for us to do is to think about ourselves. Okay, that's not wrong, it's just not supernatural. Okay, it's natural to think about our own well-being and to place ourselves as the focus. But the gospel is calling us to move beyond the natural concern for self or our own family, okay, which is biologically wired into our heads to protect ourselves and our own. The gospel is calling us to be supernaturally aware of our neighbor. Can you think of something that you've done in the last 3 months that showed that you were supernaturally aware of the needs of your neighbor? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Nivea. Can you maybe tell us what you might have become aware of in terms of your neighbor?
For one thing, my neighbor works at night, so whenever she brings out her trash can, it stays there for the whole day, and I always go and get it and move it back into her yard.
Thank you. Thank you. And I know that even as Nivea was giving that example, you probably thought of some other examples. But I almost would say maybe God is trying during this time to really raise our game as Christians to not just inhabit our own bubble where we're just concerned about ourselves and those that we love, and by this pandemic, really create an awareness of our neighbor. Okay, not just those that live next to us, but the people who are in the grocery store with us, the people who are co-workers. And then if you want to add on to it the whole, crisis, if you want to call it a crisis, but really the awakening that has come in the wake of the George Floyd murder, that we're being called to really think, to listen, to become aware of what it's like to live in the shoes of someone else. If we could become experts at that, really, we could probably see some social change. And I'm not just talking about racism, but just about what it means to love our neighbor, to know them, to be empathetic, to be able to walk in their shoes. So let's take this call, this situation as not just sort of a condemnation or a plague sent by God to punish us, but maybe a wake-up call for us to be more intensely aware of our neighbor and how we can love them in concrete ways.